Hearing loss is the most frequently occurring birth defect. It occurs more than twice that of all genetic and metabolic disorders identified by blood screens. 4 to 6 of every 1,000 newborns have hearing loss, which means in Texas, 2 babies are born every day with hearing loss. An additional 3% develop hearing loss after birth. If left undetected, hearing impairments in infants can negatively impact speech language, acquisition, academic achievement, and social emotional development. Even a mild hearing loss or hearing loss in only one ear has substantial detrimental consequences. Research shows that children with unilateral hearing loss in one ear are 10 times as likely to be held back at least 1 grade compared to a matched group of children with normal hearing. In order for a child with hearing impairment to learn to listen and talk like their hearing peers, it's critical that 3 things happen before the first 6 months of life: identification, amplification, intervention. By doing this, we're not fixing a delay, we're preventing it from ever occurring.
For many years as a pediatrician, I did not think we could do hearing testing on little babies. As a matter of fact, I was taught that all you had to do was clap your hands and find out if they jumped. Well, the new technology today has given us absolutely fantastic methods of testing little babies. Many pediatricians and family physicians will say, well, you really can't tell at birth, and that's not true. You can tell.
Infants spend the first year of life learning about their environment through experience. Infants with hearing are learning to process speech and understand language and are quite linguistically sophisticated by 1 year of age. At this time, the neurons in the auditory brainstem are maturing, and billions of major neural connections are being formed. The auditory brainstem and thalamus are just beginning to connect to the auditory cortex. Hearing develops only as the brain is stimulated by many sounds during infancy. When sound stimulates the auditory brain centers, the brain develops thousands of new connections between synapses. This growing network of synapses enables the baby to make sense of sounds. When the auditory brain centers don't get the stimulation needed, a child's ability to hear and understand subtle sounds and speech is permanently affected. When hearing loss is detected in the newborn, infants can benefit from hearing technology and intervention as early as 1 month old to facilitate speech and language development. All evidence regarding neural development supports such early intervention for maximum development of communication ability and hearing in infants. It is crucial to the development of age-appropriate skills in speech, language, academic, social, and vocational skills that children with a hearing loss be identified before 6 months with an intervention plan developed that encourages family inclusion and participation.
My son Alexander, he's 3.5 years old. He was tested for hearing loss, and the test is called ALGO. He did not pass the test. The thing that Dr. Kruger told us is like right away to go ahead and get involved with Sunshine Cottage, or at least to go there and see how well kids with hearing loss can perform. But just the fact that he was diagnosed right at birth and amplified at 7 weeks, Alexander is right where he's supposed to be. He's doing great in both languages. I feel like if I did not contacted Sunshine the day of me receiving the news and being seen the very next day, I just feel like that emotionally I would have collapsed, and it would have taken me possibly months to be able to get him to a place where he can be, in his case, aided or some different kind of intervention. If there is a problem, you intervene right away with all the emotional, technical, medical support that it takes. That child can live to his full potential, just like Alexander is doing. It's when you start delaying it for whatever reason that technology is just not available to that child, and then you're going to see delays later.
Sunshine Cottage School for Deaf Children focuses on teaching each child skills to learn, to listen, talk, and understand. The children learn skills in all academic areas from 3 years old through high school. Our major goal is to mainstream the children into classrooms in their neighborhood school and eventually into the hearing world.
Hearing impairment of any degree can cause a problem with distance hearing. This retards a child's ability for passive learning. A mild hearing loss, which is defined as greater than 15 decibels but less than 40 decibels, can seriously affect a child's ability in developing spoken language skills. If a parent expresses a concern with regards to their child, the child should be referred immediately for further testing. Examples of this include a baby that stops cooing, a toddler that stops speaking, or a child that does not respond to environmental sounds. If a child is identified early enough, then they will equal their hearing peers in terms of speech and language development. Properly fitted hearing aid can be placed on an infant at 1 month of age. Early access to sound can significantly improve a child's ability for educational success later in life.
Here at the Newborn Hearing Evaluation Center of Sunshine Cottage, infants just days old can have their hearing tested. Diagnostic hearing testing is completed on any infant referred by parents, physicians, or hospitals. The audiologists use state-of-the-art equipment to complete the evaluations while the infant is sleeping naturally. If a hearing loss is detected, information is provided about all available intervention services. Children above the age of 6 months are also evaluated. In fact, children can be tested at any age at our school. Sunshine Cottage is also a cochlear implant center for children. We are programming and monitoring all the devices that are available for use in the U.S. with children.
Language delays in children with hearing impairment are directly related to the age of identification, amplification, and intervention. Children who are identified early and receive intervention by 6 months are able to develop language skills equal to their hearing peers if there are no other deficiencies involved. By identifying hearing loss before 6 months of age, we're not fixing a delay, we prevent it from ever occurring. Research has compared children with hearing loss who receive early intervention and amplification before 6 months of age to those identified after 6 months of age. By the time they enter first grade, children identified earlier are 1 to 2 years ahead of their later identified peers in language, cognitive, and social skills. Since 1947, Sunshine Cottage has offered educational opportunities for children with hearing impairment and their families. For more information or a tour of the school, contact Sunshine Cottage at 824-0579.